Hi, welcome to Raz Reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing The Matrix Resurrections. The Matrix Resurrections is the fourth film in the Matrix saga, and it brings back the cast of the original lead, Keanu Reeves as Neo and Carrie-Anne Moss as Trinity. The story picks up with Neo seemingly back in the Matrix, living some sort of illusion and not being able to discern reality from non-reality and whether he's crazy or whether he is aware of what's going on around him. And now he must follow the White Rabbit again in order to uncover the real truth about his own reality. When this film was first announced, I was actually not excited about it at all because I'm such a big fan of the first Matrix. It's one of the defining films of the 90s and of cinema. And then I wasn't a big fan of the second film and I extremely disliked the third film. Actually, one of my earliest memories in the cinema of being annoyed and disappointed with a movie was The Matrix Revolutions. So I wasn't really looking forward to this until that first trailer dropped. That trailer is probably my favorite trailer of the year. And it got me from like, I don't care about this to, oh my God, so hyped. So I actually got excited, which I now regret because this movie was a huge disappointment. The Matrix Resurrections is a combination of retreading old familiar grounds in a way that not as good as it was before, and a lot of nostalgia and, Easter eggs and baiting the audience, and at the same time retracting and taking away and compromising the original story that you told, while at the same time putting a lot of effort to justify its own existence. And in that effort, it ends up confusing you more than anything else. In the middle of all this mess, there are cool moments, there are interesting concepts, but unfortunately the follow-through is not great. So overall, it's a big mess. It's quite disappointing. I really wish this franchise is left alone. I actually feel duped. I feel conned because that trailer was really amazing and the movie was not good. I mean, how good is that editor? The guy who did the trailer, can he do a Matrix movie? I'd watch that. First of all, the story does not really make sense. The movie spends so much time doing exposition and explanation, so much exposition. And they be saying so many things so fast and you're like, wait, what? And they're, instead of answering the questions, they're actually posing more questions and making it more confusing. And it's more like, wait, what was that? Huh? Wait, but how? And the problem is, the more exposition they did, the more confusing it got. Like, just stop. You don't even know what you're saying. They bring back also some old characters, but they're recast with other actors. Those actors don't feel like those characters, but in different skin. They feel like completely different people, which is confusing to me. It's like, why don't you just introduce new characters in this world? I really like the blue-haired girl. I forgot her name. Doesn't matter. Her character was really interesting when she was first introduced, but then later, like, they don't even, resolve her character. They don't give her an arc. They're just introducing her and then halfway through the film, she's just there. A lot of the characters are just there. We meet a lot of new characters. I don't remember anyone from those people. The villain is trash. I like Neil Patrick Harris, but he's terrible here. Just one-dimensional. Just like, I'm gonna monologue and be an asshole. There's no stakes. You don't feel like anybody's life is in danger. If you stop to think about the movie for 2 seconds, the movie doesn't need to exist. There is no need for the things that are happening or the inciting incidents that are starting the story, which is a big problem because all the drama and everything that's happening is kind of relying on that. And you're just like, but why? But the movie argues with you and trying to convince you over and over again, no, there's a reason for this. All of this has a reason. There is no reason. It's a cash grab. And that's the other problem, is that it makes fun of itself. The movie is being so meta in a way that's not fun, in a way that I feel humiliated for being a fan. Like, you're making fun of me, you're making fun of your own work. Like, a lot of times there's these jokes and these like, get it? And I'm like, can you leave me alone? Just don't worry about me. Do the movie. I don't need you high-fiving me from behind the scenes because, you get it? Because they did this a lot, which was baffling and annoying. They make fun of, the fact that there's a sequel for the movie. They make fun of the fans and the fan theories from the original films. Like, well, what are you doing? Why are you attacking me? What have I done to you? Except, give you money for your movies. Thanks. A lot of things that The Matrix does that also sucked is the fact that they went back and retracted a lot of the things that they've done before. The whole concept of the main character of the Matrix, Neo, is that he's the one, he's the Messiah, he's the chosen one of the prophecy. His name is Neo, which makes him the one, which made him special and cool. And this movie works really, really hard to take that away, to make him less special, to make him less unique, to make him less important. Why does this keep happening with sequels and reboots? We go back, we take our heroes, and we bring them down and destroy them and make them less than what they were. Why? We've spent time with these heroes, we've invested in their journey, we've invested in their story, and when they reach a certain level of power or ability or strength, we get excited because we saw them get there, we saw them earn that spot. And then when you come back and strip all of that away and you nerf them down and you tell us, by the way, they're not as special as you thought, you take all the time we invested in them and you shove it back in our face. The most hilariously stupid decision that these people make is that they constantly show you footage from the original trilogy. Why? Why are you reminding me of how cool that was and literally making me do a visual comparison with this? By the way, if anybody is afraid like, oh, it's been such a long time since The Matrix, I need to watch like a YouTube recap. Don't. The movie's gonna recap it for you. This was made by one of the Wachowski brothers, now sisters, and it doesn't feel like it's made by the same person. That's insane. I wonder if another filmmaker came and did this, would they have done it better? Like, the coolest thing about The Matrix is how those action sequences were shot. Yeah, okay, some of the CGI did not, age well, but visually, you'd have these shots where you'd see, the fight sequences between Neo and the agent, and it's just this wide, and you see this kung fu and this hand-to-hand combat, some really cool visual elements, really interesting frames, just cool stuff, and it redefined this genre and redefined films and changed cinema. This has none of that. It's shot like a typical generic action film, shaky cam, quick cuts, just, normal fighting in the dark, explosions, car, pew, 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 shoot people, people falling. Not even remotely close to what The Matrix has done and how unique the visual treatment and the choreography and the camera work of the original Matrix. Well, even the colors, like the Matrix has this like cool green tint that we were always used to. They just dropped this here, it just doesn't exist. Even the Matrix sequels, Reloaded and Revolutions, still felt like Matrix movies. This does not feel like a Matrix movie. I don't know what it felt like. It just felt like a Taken Matrix. Maken. Even thematically, the original Matrix was a philosophical, profound, mind-bendy film that made you think about cool, interesting ideas and questioning reality with, people wearing leather and lots of guns and fights, okay? But it was still cool. Thematically, this movie is dumb. Love and romance and we love each other, soulmates. Tonally, the movie is all over the place. Sometimes it was serious, sometimes it was very romantic, sometimes it was really cool, and other times it was being a goofy comedy. There were a lot of sequences that were really comedic, and it's like, what is going on? This is really, really did not feel like a Matrix movie. I really hope this marks the end of reboots and sequels. It's just leave it alone. Leave it. Leave our heroes, leave our favorite characters, leave our iconic films. Just leave them alone. Just leave them alone. And I don't want to spoil the ending, but the ending was the final nail in the coffin. I hate that ending. The ending was just nonsense. To be honest with you, the whole movie is just nonsense. It was an incoherent mess. It was weird. It was very confusing. It tried to do so many things. It had some cool ideas and some cool concepts, but they were surrounded by a lot of nonsense that didn't make sense and that didn't really do justice to the original film. I wish that they didn't do it. I wish they didn't touch it. I wish I didn't have to sit through this. I really didn't enjoy it. It didn't work for me at all. If you guys watch it, maybe you'll like it, maybe it'll work for you. But for me, The Matrix Resurrections, which I wish wasn't resurrected, did not work at all. So I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. So, have you seen The Matrix Resurrections? Did you not like it like I did? Or do you disagree? Let me know in the comment section. And as always, like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to ask me what you'd like me to review for you next. See ya!